Hey, good evening, guys. Sean here with Blue Ridge Silverhound, and yes, we're going to continue on the Heritage Auctions Central States Numismatic Show coverage. So it's been about a week since the end of the show, April 27th to be exact, and I did one on error coins. If you haven't checked that one out yet, make sure you do. Okay, I'm going to have a link somewhere right on top of the video that's going to pop up here momentarily. Go ahead and check that out if you'd like. If you haven't seen it, pretty neat stuff. So this is part 2. Okay, so we're doing 3 parts. The final part is going to be my favorite, so we're saving that for last. This one is going to focus on the what I call middle denominations. So it's going to be nickels all the way up to dollar coins. Okay, and I even have a little bonus action at the end of this video. Go ahead and check it out. It's actually the most expensive coin to sell during this event. As always, every year Heritage Auctions puts up a really great show. If you haven't checked out their auctions and all that great stuff, believe me, they sell more than just coins, guys. They sell currency, they sell sports memorabilia, they sell a lot of stuff, even art, fine art. Okay, they have it all. But check them out. Okay, their website is ha.com. So if you're looking for a really nice piece for your collection, more than likely, they're going to have what you're looking for. So we got some sweet modern coins in here. A lot of coins from the Middle Ages. Okay, so mid-century, 40s, 50s, 60s are pretty well represented in this particular episode. In addition, you're going to see quite a few toned coins. It seems like that, that's been the hot ticket item here as of late. We're going to see some pretty neat, really colorful coins in this wrap. So before we go ahead and jump in, as always, I gotta do my YouTube thing. If this is your first time here, welcome. I'm your host Sean with Blue Ridge Silverhound. Hit the subscribe button and hit that bell so you can get notifications of new uploads. And feel free to like and share the video. Your support goes a long way. So I want to thank you guys again for joining. Let's go ahead and jump right into this amazing show with the first coin. And that's going to be this one that I've talked about probably a dozen times in the last 30 days. But believe it or not, a really nice high-graded specimen sold on this event. And it's a 1939 Jefferson nickel that features the doubled Monticello on the reverse. As you can see, the lettering is just amazing. When you have a coin that is a nice high-caliber grade like this one, it's a PCGS Mid-State 67 with full steps. This thing is just a beast. So we've come to the conclusion, based off of the previous video I've done of this coin, that these sell really well in all grades. Okay, this is an easy C note in even the lowest of grades. So how much could a Mid-State 67 with hammered steps go for? Well, how about this? $9,300. Boom. Money in the bank. This is a huge coin. And again, I tell everyone, if you're roll hunting, 1939 is one of the highest vintage nickels in the series. So make sure you flip that puppy over and see if you have the double die reverse. Again, it's FS801 in the Cherry Picker's Guide. Really cool coin. Again, highly recommend that you look for this. All right, the next one that we have here is this pretty nice all original 1956 J nickel. This particular example graded out PCGS Mid-State 67. Again, it has pretty nice steps. It's a full steps nickel. This one right here brought home $3,003.60. Again, these mid-50s nickels are really tough to find with a full sharp strike. The obverse and the reverse look really good on this coin. There's really not a whole lot to complain about. It's original, it's pretty, and it's a good coin to find if you're able to find one in BU rolls or maybe mint sets. So, pretty nice. Alright, so we got a few dimes. Now, this is one of those crusty original toners that I've been talking about. This is also a common date Mercury dime. It's a 1945D. You can see the Denver Mint mark right here at the bottom of the olive branch. But this one right here, what a sweet coin. Lots of color. Under these true views that you see here on screen, the colors really pop. Okay, so when the light hits it just right, you are greeted with just a color show. It's a really nice coin. Now this one right here is a PCGS Mint State 68 with full split bands on the reverse. Of course, you guys know what those are. All right, so you have some fully defined separation lines on the top, middle, and bottom set of bands on the fascies on the reverse of this coin. So this one right here, okay, and all of its high mintage goodness, sold for $4,560. Pretty good amount of money, high grade, and a very popular series to boot. Alright, so what in the world is this thing doing here? Among some of the other coins that we've seen so far on the list, this one looks a little bit out of place. Okay, so, you know, it's a 1967 Philadelphia Roosevelt dime. What do you need to know about it? Well, it's a really nice coin. You know, if you're a registry set participant and your main kind of focus is Roosevelt dimes, then this one is probably a coin you need on the list. This is a PCGS Mint State 68 full torch or full bands. As you can see, it's got some really nice fully separated bands on the top and bottom of the torch on the reverse. That is important to these registry set collectors, and as a result, this one sold for $1,440. It's not every day that you get to talk about a really big kind of like recap list from a major auction and Roosevelt dimes all in the same sentence. You know, it's for the longest time, it's been a very unloved series, and now we're beginning to see kind of like not even a resurgence, because a resurgence means that you had some popularity at one point, and these things were just never popular, even after the end of the Mercury dime. So there you go. We're seeing kind of like this, you know, newfound popularity of these dimes, and this is a showstopper right here. And you know, the price may not indicate as much, but it's quite a bit of money still for something like this. All right, so we got Washington Quarter. This is the earliest dated coin on the list, but it's a very familiar design to a lot of us. Okay, this is a design that went all the way up to 1998 before the state quarters took place. It's a 1936D. This is a Denver minted Washington Quarter. The mint mark is right here under the this branch here. And what do you need to know about this coin? Well, it's an NGC Mint State 67. Pretty nice high grade overall. It's a very presentable, clean example with some original kind of like light toning on there. It's not a knock your socks off type coin, but you can definitely tell it's never been dipped or played around with. So this one sold for $4,320. Pretty nice coin, more than likely for a registry set. All right, so we got the toner escapade going on, and this one's pretty much highlighted on a common dated Washington Quarter. This is a 1954S. All right, so the colors are just splashy on this one. It looks like a piece of artwork that my daughter did. As a matter of fact, it looks like a bunch of colorful crayons just kind of smattered all around this coin. But rest assured, the atmospheric conditions had to be just primo in order for this coin to tone the way it did. But this is an NGC Mint State 68, so it's a problem-free coin all around, and then you add in the color on there, and then you have a really, really exceptional piece. This one sold for $3,003.60. Much like that nickel. It's kind of funny that we have the same end price on this coin. It's kind of out there in left field, but yeah, $3,003. There you go. All right, so this is the probably the nicest toner on the list, and it's featured on a relatively common high mintage Franklin half dollar. It's one of the final dates of the series. As you guys know, in '64 they went the John F. Kennedy route if it wasn't for his assassination. The Franklin series probably would have gone a little bit longer, But this one right here is a 63D. It grades out NGC Mint State 67 with full bell lines. Pretty nice example. And then guess what? This one brought home $7,200. And the toning, I'm willing to bet, accounts for a lot of that premium. You know, it is a tougher day for full bell lines. I do know that. But when you have a colorized coin like this, that just knocks your socks off. Okay, it's going to command a lot of attention and a lot of bids at auction. Speaking of probably one of my top like 25 coins to cherry pick for, this 1961 Franklin half dollar features the famous double die reverse, also known as the FS801 Cherry Picker's Guide variety. Just take a look at this thing, okay? E pluribus unum is going to be the main doubling on this coin, but also check out United States, you know, in half dollar. This coin is just magical, okay? This is a coin that you can cherry pick out of the set that typically commands somewhere in that $20 to $24 range. You know, if you're lucky, you can find it, okay? Many of these have been cherry picked over the years. I've actually cherry picked a few of them myself, but we're talking 25, 30 years ago. So, you know, this coin right here is sold for $4,320. It is a Proof 67 CAC certified, and my coins that I found, we ended up selling them for, you know, maybe like $300-400. These have appreciated quite a bit because of what they are. This is a truly neat coin, and again, cherry pickable, guys. Do a little bit of treasure hunting, and you never know, you might come across one of these. All right, candy half dollar time. So this one right here is a really nice proof example. It's as a matter of fact, it's a PCGS Proof 69 Deep Cameo. So it's got really nice frosting on the devices, offset by the nice glossy mirrored fields on there, so you have the best of both worlds on this coin. It's a very nice clean example. At a 69, it kind of needs to be. This one sold for $4,200. Okay, continuing on the high dollar 50-cent piece parade, I guess. This is always a coin that's going to be popular as being the first year type, the only date in the candy half dollar series that is still crafted in 90% silver. All right, so we got a Sacagawea dollar, or is it the Native American dollar? That's today's kind of title for this coin. But back then, Sacagawea was adorned on the obverse. Okay, this took the place of the not so popular Susan B. Anthony. Okay, which looked too much like a quarter. But in the process, to help kind of promote this coin, what the U.S. Mint did was they had an agreement with General Mills to insert some of these coins in specially marked boxes of Cheerios cereal. Now, that may not seem significant, but what if I told you that they reworked a new set of reverse dies specifically for this promotion? You would probably just pull your hair out and say, wow, I had no idea they did that. But this is a coin that even today is still being seeked out in the highest possible grades. And even coins that, you know, grade out maybe perhaps like a Mint State 65 or 66 are still worth quite a bit of money. But this one right here is a PCGS Mint State 68 example. Now, the one thing that's going to differentiate a regular Sacagawea dollar with the Cheerios version that you see on screen is going to be the highly engraved tail feathers. Okay, it's much easier to see. Under a magnifier, you can see the definition lines on each one of the feathers, whereas on the regular one, it's all smooth. Okay, you can't really see it. So, as kind of a shocker, this one sold for $10,200. Still a very expensive coin, but this one, as at a 68, is pretty much top of the world. Okay, I firmly believe there's not a whole lot more out there to find that will grade higher. All right, so figure 10 grand for a coin like this. is pretty fair, and these things are drying up really quickly in the marketplace. All right, guys, check your change for this one. This one is absolutely bonkers. But no, in all seriousness, this is the most expensive coin to sell during the CSNS event. Okay, so what exactly do we have here? Okay, we got to throw in a little classic gold, of course. But this is an 1858 Liberty Head proof $10 eagle. Interesting. A proof eagle. As a matter of fact, any Liberty Head, doesn't matter what denomination it is, gold piece in proof, very rare. I mean, we're talking a handful of coins ever produced. As a matter of fact, for this particular date, it's so rare that there is reported to be just maybe less than half a dozen of these extant. So that gives you an idea of just how rare it is. No, you're not finding this in change, and you're probably not going to have too much success looking through grandma's jewelry box for something like this. But you never know. But this coin right here is the most expensive coin to sell on the list. Of course, there are the credentials of this coin. NGC Proof 64 Ultra Cameo. You got some nice frost on there. I'm not so sure what trompeter is. Trumpeter. I don't know. Anyways, that might be a Providence, the owner of this actual coin for years. But this is a true rarity right here. And it sold for a cool $480,000. That's probably equivalent to like a 2,200 square foot home in the Central Valley of California that was built like 5 years ago. It's crazy, stupid home prices in California right now. But in any event, this is the high watermark of the entire show. So at the very least, I wanted to throw out something just bonkers, something just out of this world, and probably not ever attainable by any of us. But, you know, it's good to dream, right, guys? I'm still dreaming about one day owning a $50 Panama Pacific octagonal, $50 gold. Yeah, I might have to sell the house and cash out the 401k to get that bad boy. But anyways, that's going to do it for part 2. Part 3 will be coming up here probably after the weekend, in which I will highlight all of the simply stunning Lincoln cents to sell during this sale. And that's going to wrap it up, guys. So I'm your host, Sean, with Blue Ridge Silverhound. Thank you guys for watching. If it took too long, I apologize in advance. As always, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell for instant notifications. And as always, Coinaholics, we are discovering together. Be sure to check out Heritage Auctions website, ha.com. They are the bomb.com for all of your coin, currency, sports cards, comics needs, and then some. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful night and enjoy the hobby.